All right, FOREXGUYH here, forever in profit. So hey everyone and welcome. So many people ask me what's the one indicator I should use, or what's the secret to making money in the market, right? And honestly, it is not about an indicator. It's about a handful of fundamental rules that separate those who consistently make money from those who consistently lose money. You get me? So today I'm going to walk you through the 6 rules that separate winning traders from losers. Right? So let's get right to it. Okay? 6 rules that separate winning traders from losers. Okay, so rule number one, right, is that they have detailed trading plan. Okay, so every trader that wants to win in the long term, they have a detailed trading plan. So you can't be a trader even if you don't have a plan. You understand? So the rule is winning traders have a detailed trading plan and they stick to it. So you have to know exactly what you are looking for. The plan defines your entry, your exits, and your risks. So without a plan, you are just guessing, and that's like you are gambling in the market. So a winning trader knows their setup and wait patiently for it to appear. Right? That is very important. You need to know your setup, you need to know your plan, and you have to, exercise that patience to wait for it to come to you. Right? And they don't make impulsive decisions. They execute a predefined strategy. So once it shows up, all they have to do is to what execute the trade. So it's very, very important. So you need to have a detailed trading plan. That is the number one rule of a winning trader. All right. All right. So the second rule of a winning trader is that they have risk management in place, right? So prioritize risk management. So this is the most important rule. Winning traders prioritize risk management above all else. Their number one goal isn't to make money, right? It is to protect their capital. That is very important. So you need to know how to protect your capital. Okay. So before a winning trader enters any trade, right? So as you can see here on the screen, I have some measures in place, risk management rules and everything like that, right? So before a winning trader enters any trade, they know exactly how much they are willing to lose. So you need to know how much you are willing to lose per your capital or your fund in your account. So they use stop loss orders on every single trade, like very important. And they follow proper position sizing, ensuring that a single losing trade can never wipe out a significant portion of the account. They understand that if you run out of money, you can't trade anymore. So it's very important because sometimes some people don't know the lot size that they're gonna use, and then they'll just enter trades that will just wipe out their account. You understand? So you need to know the lot size that you have to enter on a particular trade, either buy or sell. And you need to know the amount of money that you are willing to risk per each and every trade. You get me? So prioritize risk management. That's very, very important for anyone who wants to become a winning trader. Okay, so that is the rule number two. So let's go into the rule number three right now. All right, so the third rule is control your emotions. So every winning trader is able to control what? Their emotion. Okay, so winning traders control their emotions, and the market is a master manipulator of human psychology. You should know that market always messes up with a lot of trader psychology. It shows greed, fear, hope, impatience. Right? These are the enemies of consistent trading. Right? Greed, fear, hope, and impatience. They are the enemies of consistent trading. Right? So a successful trader is disciplined and objective. They don't chase trades because of fear of missing out, right? And they don't hold on to losing positions hoping it will turn around. So that hope mentality, you don't need to have it as if you want to become a winning trader. They understand that trading is a game of probabilities, and they accept that losses are what an inevitable part of the process, right? So you need to accept that losses are part of the game, because your setup or your trading plan is not 100%. Do you understand? So you need to control emotion. You need to be able to control greed. You don't need to fear if you are missing out on any trade. There will always be another one. You just need to what be patient and wait for the next setup if you should miss a trade. You understand? So make sure you are following these rules, and they are very, very important. The rule number three, um, control your emotions. All right. So let's go right into rule number four. All right. So the fourth rule is accept losses and learn from them. All right. So winning traders accept losses and learn from them. It's very important. You don't just take a loss and then you throw it away, or like you just, you know, uh, put in the trash or something. So for a profitable trader, a losing trade isn't failure, it's data, right? You need to keep that. This it is an opportunity to review, analyze, and refine your strategy. That is key. Take note of that. It is an opportunity for you to review, analyze, and refine their strategy, right? So they keep a trading journal, meticulously recording what went right and what went wrong, right? They don't take losses personally and they don't blame the market. Instead, they use every loss as a lesson to improve. So you don't need to blame the market if a loss happens. Market price is price, right? And it can do anything that it wants to do anytime. You just need to what? Learn from the loss that you've taken or that has happened. You understand? You just don't rub it or push it anywhere. You need to learn from it, right? So accept the losses and learn from them. That is very, very important too. That is why journaling is very, very important in every trader. If you want to be a profitable trader, you need to journal every trade, losing, winning trades. So you need to know what is working and what has not been working, right? All right. So that is rule number four. So let's go into rule number five. Right. So rule number five is focus on process and not just the outcome, right? So winning traders focus on the process, right? Not just the outcome. Right. This might sound counterintuitive, right? But the winning trader understands that consistent profits are a direct result of being consistent, disciplined execution of their what, um trading plan, right? That is how consistent you should be. So they measure their process by how well they follow their rules and how well they manage their risks and how objectively they reacted to market conditions, right? So the profit or loss on a single trade is just one data point. Okay. Their goal is to execute their edge over a large series of trades. So as I keep saying to all my members in VIP and when I do have sessions online, right? You need to have a large sample size. Trading is in probability, so you need to have a larger sample size space for you to determine, the process, right? And not just focus on just one or two trades that you've taken. You understand? It's a process and it takes time. It takes a lot of data to know that, okay, so this is working and I'm actually making progress, right? It's very, very important. So the rule number five is what focus on the process and not just the outcome. Okay. All right. So now let's go right into rule number six. All right. So rule number six, continually adapt and learn. Okay. So winning traders continually adapt and learn, right? The markets are dynamic. As you can see, it doesn't move in like in one. Sometimes it's ranging, sometimes it's trending, sometimes it's going up, it's going down. You understand? So you need to continually adapt and learn, right? So what worked perfectly last year or last week or last 2 days might not work today. You understand? So successful traders are lifelong students of the market. They are always analyzing, always reviewing their performance, always looking for ways to improve their strategies. Okay, and they don't believe in a holy grail system that will work forever, right? You might have systems that you need to tweak from time to time, systems that work in range markets, systems that work in trending markets. Okay, so they understand that market conditions change and they do change and they need to be what flexible enough to what adapt with that change that is happening. So these 6 points, they are no secrets. They are fundamental principles, but they are the hardest to follow because they require discipline and emotional control. Master these six rules that I've given to you guys here. Okay, and then you will fundamentally change your relationship with the market. Trust me. So if you're able to master these six rules, right? You will be a consistent, profitable trader. Trust me on this one. Okay. So if you've gotten to this part of the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment on what you've taken out of these lessons, and until next time, forever in profit, Forest Guy GH. I'm out.